Well, clearly she didn't want to sit, and mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee.
It's the Date Master, and yes, we're back. We're back with another video. This is more going to be on a serious note. I've been seeing this hit social media. I've been seeing quite a lot, I should say. I'm seeing quite a lot of teachers coming to social media to voice their grievances and their dissatisfaction with the parents, more so the mothers, because when you look at the community setup in certain areas, we know how that looks. And what I come to find interesting is that the passion that these teachers are having, because I had come to a place where I thought a lot of teachers were just doing it for a job, easy job, which you have some that do look at it in that fashion, but you have a lot of teachers that are passionate about children and educating children and getting them in the best possible scenario there is. So when you look at this young lady's take on the interactions, again, this is just a brief clip. I'm not sure what her name is. I tried to find her on social media, but I could not find the original page. So this is a FairUse. I did get it from World Star. And just listening to it, because it's about a 9-minute video. For those who've seen it, you've seen the entire video, and to where this woman breaks down crying. But I'm only going to play a snippet. But to come to this conclusion, you've seen the rates of truancy across the nation. Chicago, Atlanta, a lot of different places where the children who are old enough to drive or in high school, they're basically saying to hell with school. And there was a group, I'm not sure what that group is. It's a group in Chicago. I think Anton Daniels did a stream about this same thing. And this group goes around and they interview these children, in which they see outside by the dozens. You may see anywhere from 12 to 20 kids on a block just chilling, waiting for the world to happen or doing whatever they have done to survive this long. Because if they're able to be out and drop out of school, the parents cannot be invested or interested in that. So these kids basically have come to the conclusion that in their minds, the education system, the public education system, has failed them in more ways than one. And I would have to agree, because, again, I've told you, I am a part of a mentoring organization, and we mentor black boys from 6th to 12th grade, in which we've seen some very dire circumstances in which these kids are charged with the responsibility to make it out, make good decisions, make something of yourself, make yourself better. And you have to ask, do these kids have the mental capability, the maturity, the bare necessities to come to such a conclusion? Because we hear the concrete rose, the diamond in the rough. It is very rare that a child makes it out of a circumstance such as the ones that we see and hear about on a daily basis. How many stories have you seen with the children found unalived in apartments, starved by their parent, being unalived by gunfire from a sibling, from a lover who's not the biological father. How many stories have we seen in this case? How many stories are now circulating in which these male boys, and we'll get to the girls in a second, but let's look at the black boys that are being preyed on by these teachers. If we want to talk about grooming, if we want to talk about age gaps, why are there so many women being arrested and charged with taking advantage of these young boys? You do have some other races mixed in, but predominantly you're going to see, because people know how to pick a victim. Victims are not random in a lot of cases. It's not just you know what, go for her. These are, in a lot of cases where you see a thread, you see a history of inappropriate interactions that start in the school and that leave the school. So it's a never-ending situation when you look at the beefs, these boys shooting up each other. It starting at school and then in the neighborhood, then back to school. But let's go to the boys that are preyed on sexually. And let's look at the girls that are preyed on. It is never a, hey, what you doing tonight? It is a calculated, targeted, concentrated act. It is an act that comes with a lot of caution, a lot of observance, a lot of observation, and a lot of thought. Because when these situations come about, you notice they have a little bit of tenure on them, a couple months, maybe a year. And what this is the skills of the woman knowing how to pick someone who, at a 8 out of 10 chance, know how to satisfy her needs. Just like if you look at your resume, you think you just saw this woman and, I got her number. I said something saucy, or that something that she will remember. You used your mouthpiece. You tickled her ear, for lack of better words. And this worked. So she knows what she likes, and if it sounds good, okay, I like that. Some women don't like things until they see it, or until they get a feel of it. This is why women make the decisions they make with the men they choose to be with. Well, I think I like them. Let me see. But if you hit a certain number of check boxes, then you're pretty much a shoe-in, and they'll go in and see the rest. They'll risk the rest because you met the threshold. So these black boys that get into these scenarios, they're more likely influenced by their father, by their mother, or they saw their mother act in such a way. They saw their dad interact with women in such a way. So they think, well, this is how I need to be with her, or this is how I need to be with all the women I deal with. So you look at the schools and what takes place in the schools. Again, social media has infiltrated every leg of society. They even had situations to where the parents were getting upset because the teachers were demanding to confiscate phones for the duration of the class. Meaning, once this class is over, you'll get your phone back. You had parents upset with this because the students were not concentrating and focusing. Schools have thrived well and way before the advent of cell phones. So why is it a problem now? Because it's like a job to them. That's why you see these young men and women, these boys, these girls, they're looking like they're adults. Look at the prom pictures. Rolls Royce, Corvettes, money spreads, designer shoes. You're talking about a $2,000 to $5,000 prom production, because we have to outdo one another, because they see the adults doing that with one another. So when you have the parents condoning and doing the same shit that the students are doing, what do you think you're gonna get? 5-year-olds knowing about Sexy Red is the craziest thing to actually digest. Because one must ask, did this 5-year-old ask to turn on Sexy Red, or did the mother just say, we're going to listen to it and put her on Snapchat dancing to it? These little girls on the internet. I did a show about when you look at the women dress up their children, they try to dress them up as adults. But you don't see men putting mini skirts and leggings on their 3 and 4-year-old daughters. But you will see the baby with the fake tattoos, the gold chain, the glasses, the Gucci, as if he's an adult. But people will try to contest and say, well, they're just clothes. No, they're not. It is a symbol. So these young children get into what they get into because they're raised at a rapid rate and they don't get to digest and really grow into what they should be growing into. Having the values. 5-year-olds talking back to adults. That's crazy. Any children speaking back and disrespecting adults that's in a position of authority, such as a teacher, a coach, etc., is unacceptable. So we have to ask, where is this behavior coming from? And the thing with the schools failing the children is because the parents and the community should be in the school just as much as the schools are in the community. Meaning, you get letters from school, hey, come to the game. Now, we want to know what's going on in that class. What is the lesson for this week? And I think they have certain dashboards in certain school systems that, the parents get priority, but look at where they located, the tax bracket, the communities, the area. So they're going to get the resources. Okay, I'm invested. I'm paying $117,000 in taxes over here. My child better get the best. See, a lot of this information was missed, and we're just now coming into it, which is good because better late than never. But a lot of these schools, look at the curriculum, marine biology, the Pythagorean theorem. Like, you're not using these subjects in real life unless you're going into architecture or you're actually going to be a marine biologist, in which I would say that should go toward more college, because colleges should be the prep for the career you're going to take. Just look at your courses in school. You took a lot of bullshit courses and you don't apply any of that to today. You don't apply any of that to today. So you think about, you got 30 kids in a class getting the same bullshit programming and teaching. Yeah, we're going to get them out the way. They're going to be shuffled down to the bottom of the economic totem pole. They're going to be around working the mid to low level jobs. You keep them there. This is going to go here. Okay, you stay here. Okay, you'll get mid grade. Okay, you stay here. We're going to make sure you get top notch, because you only understand how to stay above everyone else. It's a pyramid. It's a trickle down. But your public education system, more likely than not, has failed your children because they're not incentivized. Look at what the teachers' salaries are, and look at what they have to deal with. It is a sad situation. But yeah, we have a lot of shitty parents. I can attest, seeing it firsthand. These kids have to grow up and get older, and what do you think is going to take place? You look at the robberies. These people are going into stores, taking what they want. But this is what you wanted, so this is what you got, and this is what you'll have to deal with. That's my take on this. You guys let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's the Day Master.